Everybody please say peace and fulfillment. Most people, please look up. You see, respectfully speaking, most of us here there are very few people here who are already established from all of the indications of establishment. And so most of us are on a journey or beginning the journey to establishment and so on and so forth. So you may not value things like peace and fulfillment because you are still trying to make ends meet. There is a level when you get to, you will find out that nothing in life sustains the ability to give you peace. The highest index for measuring wealth is peace. Write it now in advance and thank me decades to come. The highest index for measuring wealth, for measuring
this is ChristainHouse channel.
The highest measure of wealth and freedom, that's what I wrote here. The highest measure of wealth and freedom is peace. 3 scriptures quickly. Romans chapter 5 verse 1. Chapter 5. Therefore, being justified by faith, Koinonia, read on with me. We have peace with God. Hold on, don't rush. Peace with God is different from the peace of God. Peace with God means I have made my way right with God. Peace with God is not the same as the peace of God, that you have made peace with God. That means when I look at God, I stand with joy, knowing that there is no barrier that interrupts fellowship. Peace with God. Peace with God. It says we are justified by faith, and now we have peace with God. Most people do not have peace with God. We may have money, we may have titles, and these things are not wrong. We may have all of the things that people chase after, but when you lack peace with God, there is a serious problem. Because at the end of your life, what will give you fulfillment is knowing that my ways are right with God. Look how the generals that transited in recent times transited. Reinhard Bonnke, knowing that his time was almost there, it was with joy and gladness. He came to Nigeria, preached he knew it was his last message. He said it. He had raised Daniel Kolenda. He had put everything in place. And he said, Earth, I see you when we join the cloud of witnesses to come and pick the rest. He waved Earth by. Peace with God. These men knew where they were going. They were not hoping. No. Billy Graham, one of the few people who finished his assignment and remained and were just watching Earth. You will know a man has finished his assignment. Set up the Billy Graham Institute, and when it was time, with honor and with joy, he waved his hand. Same thing, T.L. Osman. There are people who wake up and say, where am I? They say, you are not on earth again. It's over. It's over. What happened? The last thing I know is that I left one city. I was hurrying up to go. It's over. Period. Where is my PA? It doesn't exist here. Where is my certificate? It doesn't exist here. Peace with God. John 14:27. Peace I live with you. Listen, listen, listen. Jesus is speaking here. Peace I live with you. Among the many things, listen, there are 2 things the Bible tells us we should expect. 1, peace. 2, the Holy Ghost. Peace I live with you. You need it so much. Forget joy, it will come. But peace I live with you. My peace I give unto you, not as the world gives. It says, give I unto you. Let not your hearts be troubled, neither let it be afraid. That means these 2 things will remain in your destiny until the peace of God comes to drive them out. Trouble, fear will remain in your heart until the peace of God comes to build a garrison. The peace of God. Shalom. Nothing missing, nothing broken. A state of restfulness. Look at me. The peace of God is not based on results. The peace of God is a supernatural impartation of that dimension. You can be in the midst of fire, yet you are like the still waters. If you are waiting for everything to be in place for you to have peace, that's how the world gives. But there is the peace of God that in spite of every storm in your life and your family, it is true that you've not paid your rent. It is true that things are, haywire, your academics, your life is true. You've not had a child yet, and people see you and you are completely restful. Because there are few things that are worth dying for. There's a peace that I have in spite of all the sadness that surrounds me, and this peace in my heart only comes alive every time I hear your voice. It comes alive.
Thank you for watching our entire video today. If you feel you can bless someone, please join us and spread the gospel by sharing this video on your social media.